Welcome everybody and happy International Women's Day. Thank you to AA Labs and Fyli. My name is Ricky, this is Kate. Myself, I'm an international speaker. I believe we can help solve the world's happiness problem. Kate is a badass energy healer, filmmaker, and the founder of Dream Bold Network. And our intention today is to have you step back into your power. We are here in beautiful Mother's Beach, Marina del Rey, California, and reminding you that the world is still awesome. So one thing I want to say is thank you to the badass women for helping me achieve more balance and a greater quality of life. Kate, tell me how women can achieve a higher quality of life and step in more into their power.
Absolutely. So we're in an age right now where there's a calling for leaders, for feminine leaders, for that divine feminine energy. And the way that we get there is balancing our energy from within. So if we want to see peace in this world, we have to embody peace and be peace. We have to balance the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Everything in nature, everything around us, every human being has masculine energy and feminine. So when we balance that, that's when we're in our optimal state of health and wellness and just overall happiness.
And one thing that women have helped me do is slow down to speed up by tapping into my feminine power. And one thing Kate has helped me do through energy healing, breath work, and all these different modalities, that I was always on the go. I was always go, 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 go. And I lacked empathy, I lacked understanding, I lacked vulnerability. So women have helped me become more vulnerable and slow down to speed up. So one of the things that I am sharing now with more men is some of these things of how we can slow down to speed up and tap more into the feminine side to achieve that balance. That is how powerful this conversation is.
So what Ricky and I want to see for all women is that we want to see women have a voice to really speak their truths and to really step into their true authentic power and to just be ourselves more. Like, we're amazing. Women are incredible, amazing beings. And for so long, we haven't been tapping into our true power because of the conditioning and the programming and the social narrative. So instead of us competing with each other, instead of us feeling small and being so, focused on our aesthetics, let's shift, let's balance our energy from within, and let's really rise into this true natural calling. Like, this planetary shift is happening, the ascension is happening right here, right now. And this is all about really accessing the flow state. And so this is what I teach through practices like Qigong, is that you're learning to slow down so that you're in the receiving state. So with law of attraction and manifesting, if you're always going at things, you're actually pushing them away. If you're always coming at it super active, it's not going to work as well. You want to slow down and relax and unwind and be still and be calm and allow things to come to you. So this is all about tapping into this flow state, the natural state of nature. If you notice in nature's not in a hurry, yet everything is achieved, everything's accomplished. So as human beings, we get way out of whack. We get knocked off of our true natural state and power. So going into nature, being barefoot in nature, and just taking it all in, breathing in this life force energy. Life force is what makes the world go round. Every living thing has life force energy, and so you can access this through breath and through movement and all these amazing ancient practices. So I encourage everybody watching this to think of the flow state as your state of creation, and so to tap into your heart energy, that this is our source of creation. Our thoughts have this electric charge in the quantum field, but the emotions and the heart energy has the magnetic pole. And so you want to constantly be aware, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? How can I be more magnetic?
And that flow state, from my perspective, helps me in every aspect of my life. But really, what it really helps is to have less stress. And my goodness, is that another thing that we would absolutely want in 2020 and 2021. That's why we look at that and believe this is the greatest opportunity in human history for women to speak up, for women to share their voice, for women to tell people what they're thinking, what they've gone through, what they've achieved, and also how they've overcome obstacles and challenges. Those are messages that we want you to share, because all of you have a message. So if only a small fraction of you share your story or share your passion, I think that's a disservice to the world almost. Think of all the women out there that have something tangible that they can share, that they've gone through. We've all gone through challenges, and how that can help so many people, men included, probably even men more so sometimes, to be able to tap into that feminine power.
We just had a global slow down session. Like, we had to all slow down, and a lot of us perceive that as a negative thing or as a bad thing, but it's really not. It's actually a catalyst for something great that's really happening and forming. And so if we all slow down and we add the awareness and we're open with our partners and we're open with each other and say, hey, what can I work at? How can I be a better version of myself? How can I evolve? If we all do that, we all do the inner work, and we all put our guard down for a second and say, you know what, I'm just human, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. We're in the game of life. I think we've all realized that this isn't perfect. None of us are, and that we need to really go inward, heal what's going on there. I mean, that is what's happening right now. We need global healing. And so the only way you can heal is to have the awareness, transform the energy, and start stripping away those layers, you know, all the boxes, the titles, the comparison, the ego stuff, the fear. Start really stripping that away and get back to your authentic self, which is to be a superhuman. Our natural design is to be superhumans, meaning that you're free of all of the programming and conditioning.
And I love that word evolve. So I think one thing, you know, if you go and ask your partner, your friend, your boyfriend, your spouse, your coworker, you know, how do you view strength and power? And if they say, you know, like, well, I'm always the alpha male, or I'm always this, and then we can just share, well, I view strength and power as understanding and empathy and vulnerability and asking for help and all those things. I think that can create a great dialogue, especially where the world is today, to step into our power and to our strength.
Yeah, and that's the next step for humanity. We all need to go inward, take that new approach, really step into who we are, the authentic higher selves, these divine energy beings, and say, hey, we're all ready to evolve. We're all ready to feel empowered and to love ourselves.
So something you share with me a lot is this global energy experiment. So how can the women listening add to that global experiment and help the world become a better place?
So this all comes down to our belief system. What do you believe? Do you believe that you're a powerful creator? Do you believe that you have these innate abilities to heal yourself and heal other people? It really all comes down to the repetitive thoughts that you're putting into your mind. If that's the subconscious programming. And it comes down to your emotions, because your emotions are just energy in motion. And so as women, we tend to be really sensitive to frequencies and to vibration and energy. We sense and feel everything. So that's great. But if those frequencies are out of your control, if you're not able to modulate and regulate those frequencies and that energy, that's when you're out of your true power. So it's that, again, slowing down, that being still and nourishing your body, nourishing your thoughts, putting, you know, positive messages, whether that's, you know, media or it's food or it's the people you surround yourself with. Be very aware of what you're surrounding yourself with, because that's all frequency and vibration, and that affects your own energy field. So protect your energy field. I think that's such a big part of this. That's what this global energy experiment is that each one of us, if we stop placing the blame and we stop being reactive to what's going on, we go inward, we heal, then our vibration rises, and that affects everyone and everything. That's the ripple effect. That's the frequency you're putting out and broadcasting to the quantum field, the unified field. And
one thing I've heard a lot is empowered women empower women. And from a male's perspective, when I see that, like it's magnetic. I want to be a part of that. I'm like almost like, hey, can I play? That's the strength, that's the power that women have when they speak up and they share their story, and it's changed my life. This is why I'm such a huge proponent about that, because for people who genuinely want to grow, who genuinely want to take the next step and evolve into the best version of they can be, is that feminine power.
Yeah, and so it's been amazing watching Ricky grow and then step into his true power, which is to balance that masculine and feminine, and really just having the awareness. This all comes back to us being more conscious and aware. And so if we can all say, hey, look, this is what we've been doing and it's gotten us to this point, how do we make that change? We have to tap into the collective superhuman consciousness. We have to really think of ourselves as quantum healers and quantum creators. And how do we do that? We do that by opening our hearts and opening our minds and finding that coherence. We do that by listening to what the ancient mystics talked about, because it matches what the modern day scientists are saying. And that point right there is what we're fascinated with. It's that point of growth and healing and evolution.
And when people open up to this, what Kate just said is that heart center. When I tap into my heart center, because of the things that I have learned, it slows the game down. And instead of go, 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 it's slowing down and I actually get more done. I'm more productive, but I'm also feeling more fulfilled and energized because I'm tapping into that heart center. So that's one thing that I can't say enough of is, number one, thank you for the women who have helped me, but two, speak up. If you got a message, if you got something to say, tell the world. Now here's the thing, some people will judge you, some people won't, but there are ears out there that are starving for your voice.
It's true. We have to believe in ourselves more. We need to boost our confidence. We need to really go inward and say, hey, you know what? I am a leader. Forget what everybody else is thinking. It doesn't matter what other people are thinking. And you have to remember too that every thought that you have creates an electric charge in the quantum field, and every emotion that you have creates a magnetic charge. So if you're thinking small and you're feeling small, feeling disempowered, that's what you're broadcasting out into the field, the biofield, this unified field. And so you want to shift the inner dialogue.
And so that's one thing about that. kind of that evolving women to find their true voice is something that I get really excited about when there's a group of women that have stories to share.
Right, and we all have a story. We're all leaders. We're all these incredible magnetic beings. And so if you want to be a more enlightened being, an energy being, it's about stripping away those layers, those stories, the trauma, the pain, the expectations of other, the projections. It's about saying, you know what? This is my fresh start. I'm going to release the past. I'm going to lighten my energy field. I'm going to have more heart and mind coherence. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm amazing. That's my new story. And I'm going to lift my vibration. And then, ladies, we are now in the frequency of what we want to attract. So if we want more peace in the world, we have to embody peace. We have to be peace. We have to say, I am peace. Ricky's peace, I'm peace, and your peace. We're all peace. And if we keep vibrating at the frequency of peace, it will nullify the low frequencies. It will override the things that we don't want. It's just we have to shift our point of awareness, and we need to say, hey, we're not going to focus on what we don't want. We're going to start focusing on what we do want. And that all is internal. It's that forgiveness, that unconditional love and support for ourselves and each other.
So I want to say happy International Women's Day. Kate, close us out with some final thoughts to the women that are watching. I want to say thank you for helping me, and thank you for all being badasses in your own right.
It all comes down to all of us saying, you know what, we're all superhumans. We're ready to step into that power and not being fearful, converting the fear into excitement. If we all get excited about what's happening and we think of what's going on in our world as an opportunity and as a catalyst for amazing change, that's what we're going to create. That's what we will manifest. So explore these worlds of spirituality, of manifesting, of power of the mind, and open your heart and communicate with yourself on a deeper level and with the people in your life. And it's going to have this ripple effect. And if we all go inward, we will see the outward change. So that's it. Just go inward, be the badass that you are, and love yourself unconditionally. You got this.
Thank you, Fyli. Thank you, AA Labs, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.